Imposter syndrome can definitely be one of those things that's a little tricky because it's so hard to identify at first. Especially, I feel like a lot of people that do have imposter syndrome are people who are almost overachievers in a way. Like, they do so much in life, they contribute so much to their self, to others, and then for some reason it always feels like, oh, I'm not doing enough, or oh yeah, I don't deserve X, Y, and Z. When it's like so many people see you as such an amazing person, they see you as deserving of such a beautiful life, and for some reason you don't necessarily see yourself in that light that other people do. A lot of the times imposter syndrome again prevents you from living your actual dream reality and being where you want to be in life, because sometimes you don't feel deserving of it. It could be a self-worth issue, even deeper, but it can also be a form of just not even really knowing yourself. Like, you don't know yourself to the fullest. You're still looking to grow into yourself and grow into the person that is so well deserving. And I feel like a lot of the times it can happen in those transition periods, or if you're just feeling stuck in general in life. I'm going to tell you guys some ways that you can help heal this imposter syndrome. This is a mentality and it can be fixed through perspectives of your life and changing just the way that you view yourself in your reality. And imposter syndrome is probably one of the most, it is up there on the list of toxic mentalities to have, because it does prevent you from actually achieving your dream reality or living in the fulfilled purpose that the Lord is trying to get you to live into. I think when you're looking at imposter syndrome and you're trying to understand whether you have it or how to get rid of this idea that you're not the person that you think that you are, or you're not the person that everybody thinks that you are. I always think of a good example as somebody who plays sports, for an example. Sometimes a lot of people who play sports, they can be very hard on themselves and they can be amazing at their sport, and so many people will see such the talent that they have for their sport, but to them it's like they feel like they're not good. They feel like they're not achieving what they should be achieving. And I need you to understand that life is a forever progressing type of life. You're forever evolving, you're forever becoming a better version of yourself, and you're always going to look back at a specific point and be like, wow, I was way less than I am now. If you're continuing to evolve and you're continuing to grow. So when you're in the moment, when you're in your present moment, you're not going to see yourself as this magnificent, amazing person, or you're not going to see yourself exactly where you want to be yet, because you're still working towards those specific things. So it's very easy for you to sit down and be like, oh, I'm not this person, because you're not there yet, but you are still becoming. When you start to understand that your reality is a product of your mentality, a lot starts to change for you. You are in a specific situation and you're trying to get out of this situation, and you have this mentality of, I'm never going to get out of it, I'm never going to get out of it. Of course, you're going to find yourself stuck again into that specific situation. Exactly how your mind views your reality as, that's exactly how your reality is going to be. So oftentimes, our reality is a product of ourselves and our mentality in the way that we perceive things, because your mind is the first thing to act or to move on something before your body is. I grew up as a dancer, and one of the things that would always happen is we would get a trick or we would learn a trick and then we'd quote unquote lose it. And one of the teachers would always tell us that there's no way that you can lose a trick. There's no way that you can lose a trick, because at the end of the day, there's a such thing as muscle memory. So if your body knows how to do it, but your mentality is in this place where I can't do it, I'm going to land on my head, I don't know how to do it, I lost it, you're never going to get in that trick back or do that trick again. But your body knows exactly how to do it. It's done it before. Because your body has muscle memory, it's going to be able to perform exactly what you needed to perform. But it's all about your mentality. Do you have a mental block? Are you going to be able to perform this skill without having to sit there and have a mentality of, I can't do this? You need to understand, oh, I can do this trick. And the moment you put yourself into that mentality, you're going to achieve the skill that you're looking to accomplish. There's so many things in life where we put a mental block on whatever it is that we're trying to achieve. It's not that our body can't physically do it, but our mind has to do it first before our body can follow. I also do like to put it into perspective of the spiritual and the physical. Spiritual always happens first before the physical. Your mind is like spiritual, your body is physical. So whatever is happening in your mind, whatever is happening in the spiritual is eventually going to happen in the physical, but it has to happen in the spiritual first. You have to take those initiative steps first maybe not even see any results before it starts to come into the physical. You are living exactly the reality that your mentality is allowing you to live. So the moment you change your mentality, the moment you start to fully put into force of, no, I do deserve this, I am this person, I am going to accomplish this, really fully truly believe it. You have to fully believe it, because you can't believe it one day and the next day not believe it, because you're going to pull yourself 10 steps back. Because remember, it has to happen in the spiritual, has to happen in the mental first before it can come to the physical. Nothing is going to happen in the spiritual if you continuously do this tug of war back and forth of, oh, I deserve it, I don't deserve it, I deserve it, I don't deserve it. Understanding that your reality is exactly where your mentality is at allows you to kind of pinpoint, okay, if I don't want to be in this specific situation, if I don't want to do this, if I don't want to live this type of life, what is my perspective on it? What is it in my mentality that is putting this mental block into changing my reality? Start working on your mentality. I like to personally do affirmations. Affirmations has helped me so much during this journey. It is honestly crazy. I've always been the type of person that's like, affirms don't really work. Like, I don't really see a lot of fruit produced from affirmations, but I promise you, the more you do it every single day, the more you're like, oh, I truly start to believe this. And again, that just comes with consistency. Consistency, I've talked about it the other day on my TikTok. It is one of the most important things and the biggest key to life. It comes through repetition. Everything does. So the more consistent you are with it, the more your mentality will change, the easier it will be to get over that hump. Also, another really big thing when it comes down to fixing your mentality is knowing that you do deserve whatever it is that you're looking for. Know that you deserve more. Heal your relationship with your self-worth, because I feel like a lot of the time self-worth is in that bottom foundation of whatever it is that is creating that mental block. Healing your self-worth is so important, because a lot of the times when people think of self-worth, they think of, oh, you disrespect yourself. Like, if you don't have self-worth, you disrespect yourself. But no, sometimes not having self-worth can look like, oh, this situation isn't that bad. It's not causing me any harm, so I might as well stay in it. I might as well stay comfortable in it. Sometimes self-worth has to knock on your door and be like, hey girl, you deserve better. You deserve more. You deserve this. You deserve to continue to grow in this area. You deserve to have exactly what it is that is going to make you not just comfortable, but feel better, look better, be happier. Like, there is so many things that I feel like there's so many layers to self-worth that like a lot of people don't recognize. And not having self-worth in some areas of your life is common. And healing your relationship with self-worth is so important, especially because a lot of the times people don't even recognize that when they do have imposter syndrome, there is a layer of self-worth in there that isn't being treated, that isn't being recognized, and requires you to kind of dig up that first in order for you to heal your mentality. So really focus on, what am I looking at that makes me feel like I don't deserve something? Why do I feel like I don't deserve this? If there is an area of your life that you perform very well in, and this will help you a lot when it comes down to changing your mentality, but if there's an area that you perform very well in, and you feel like you constantly succeed in that area, people are telling you all the time, you're really good at this, you succeed, they're always giving you applause, you feel really good in that area of your life, look at your mentality that you have towards that thing. Do you feel like you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, there's a never ending like type of abundance from this area of my life? Like, I always feel good in that area of my life. I always feel like the best. There's a never ending abundance. I always know that, there's more to achieve. I deserve more from this area. Like, how is your mentality with that area? Then when you look down at the areas of your life that you feel like are slacking, the areas that you've wanted to change that may be contributing to your imposter syndrome, look at those areas and see what you have with your mentality towards those areas versus the one that you have with the area that you're doing really well in life. That will help you a lot to understand exactly what it is causing that mental block, and to be able to kind of look at yourself and understand your mentality and your patterns, and kind of look back at it and be like, why do I feel that way towards this? And why do I feel that way towards whatever is kind of lacking in my life? That will just help so much. It really does help you understand your mentality more and allow you to dive more into how you can change your mentality towards those different areas. I do think that imposter syndrome is one of the hardest things to kind of look inward at yourself at, because it's so easy to do all these things and to juggle all of these things every day on a daily basis, and to kind of be like, dang, why don't I see any results from anything? Why do I have to be in this specific type of situation? But the moment that you start to look a little bit more at your mentality and inward towards yourself, and really understanding the power of yourself, the power of your mentality, and that you are truly deserving of the reality that you want to live in and the reality that you will achieve. So as soon as you start to understand that you deserve more in every area of your life, I promise you that it will pop up and it will start to show up in the physical, because it always happens spiritual. It's always your mentality first. The moment you check in with your mentality, it will check in with reality. Oh, I don't know. Like, I like that, but at the same time it's a little corny. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know that that was one thing that I definitely struggled with when I came out of college and when I was in my transitional period, and as I'm continuing to heal myself every day, more and more, constantly evolving, because evolution is forever growing and forever happening in our lives. Don't let imposter syndrome stop you from receiving and achieving your dream reality. Bye guys, I love you.